Hello, hello, hello. Welcome everybody to episode 6 of the Farsley Celtic Save. We are, as you can see, top of the league at the moment. I say you can see, you currently can't seem to see. There we go. We are currently top of the league. 33 points. Yes, Scarborough and Spennymoor have a game in hand, but even so, we will take the position whilst we have it. Our next game, admittedly, we have Spennymoor coming up in a few games' time, but our next game is against Darlington. If you missed the last stream, we unfortunately had to loan out Yao, our winger from the under-20s Portuguese winger. Had to loan him out simply because we could not get him a work permit and he was kicking up a bit of a storm. On top of that, we had an injury crisis. Branson Pickle was out for 2 to 4 months. Darren Stevenson's out. Ty Ebanks was out, but he looks like he's slowly coming back. On top of that, I believe we had another couple injuries, but they were only short-term ones. In the meantime, once again, the board do absolutely nothing useful. Josh Hines, a player that we tried signing earlier in the save, but simply did not have the money to be able to pay him. That pretty much continues to this day. We still have no money to pay any of our players, and yet somehow we are in first place. We are very much targeting just a playoff place at the moment, but we will take anything better that comes from that. In the meantime, no deal for Liam Wilson. I tried to loan out Liam Wilson, but absolutely no one is interested, which is fine for now. We'll just keep him where he is. Ben Atkinson is happy. He was also injured for a long-term injury. One of the two Atkinson brothers we've got playing for Farsley Celtic at the moment. But he is probably more of a fringe player these days, especially with the new signing, Louis Beckett, that we bought in. As we continue towards the game against Darlington, I will say that our squad at the moment, we have changed our formation. We're currently playing 2 up front, which is good. But we are, struggling with depth, which wasn't originally the case, but it is now. Ebanks can come in there. Chris Atkinson, I think it's Leverett is the better player, but I seem to always forget. I believe it is, because Watson technically is better, but he's 31, and we want to trust in youth at the moment. So instead, I'm playing Leverett, who is the 21-year-old. In the meantime, Branson Pickle needs to come out. I'll put Harry Sheridan in. Stevenson can come on off the bench. And, Jack Evans. Jack Evans is also available. I will push him back into the team as well. Maybe. Not quite yet. Anyway, we will continue on and try and get towards our first game of the season. I think, I just saw that we are now in third, so it means that the team below us have at worst won, but maybe have drawn. We'll see what the table looks like. We are 2 points behind. Okay, I think both teams won, but that is fine. 2 points behind, slightly worse goal difference than Scarborough, but we are in the fight. We will move on through all of this. I'll have a quick look at the mentoring month if my setup will allow me to. It is struggling. There we go. Ben Atkinson is somehow developing new traits, which is great. He's actually quite a good passer, to be fair to him. He's got something. He's got a little something, to be fair to him. Maybe I should be playing the 2 Atkinson bros next to each other. Possibly. Do I take Leverett off and play the 2 Atkinson bros? He's slightly better passing wise. I think I'm going to. They have a good relationship. Unsurprisingly, they are brothers. I'm going to do that. Get Ben a few more minutes, and then maybe for the Boston game, who are slightly tougher opposition, we could throw Leverett back in. We'll see how Ben Atkinson performs. I appreciate the passing ability he's got, so I think it was a good idea to try and get some more minutes into his legs, and of course the promise that we have made to give him minutes. So, obviously the board are happy with us, but won't give us any more money. The squad's happy with us, and the preparation is the preparation. Don't care too much about that at the moment. I'm admittedly not going into quite as much depth as I normally would. That is partially because we are playing with a much worse team in a much worse division, and I don't think it's going to make that much difference at the moment. in reality, we need a lot more money and, yeah, some better players, simply. I'll have a quick look to see if Darren Stevenson is available, see if he's got enough, recovered enough from his injuries to get into the Darlington game. I doubt he will, and then we'll move Jack Evans off the bench to put him in, but we will see what happens. Well done to our keeper on loan from Everton at the moment, Jean-Luc Laban, who is always training well, to be perfectly fair to him. Let's have a quick look at Darren Stevenson, our highest average rating, and to be honest, probably our best player. He's got no chance of playing. He might just about get a couple minutes in the game later on against Boston. I've just seen Yao Silva got a 5.5. Well, not a good start for him, but he's an exciting prospect, so we'll see. He was sadly one of our better players. Speaking of our better players, Beckett, we've still got him playing as a winger. We're going to stick with this formation just simply because it's performed well for us recently. We started off with a 4-1-2, 4-3-3 defensive midfielder, because I'm determined to avoid a 4-2-3-1. And I'm also avoiding gegenpress, so trying to avoid those two somewhat meta gameplays. So yeah, at the moment we're playing a 4-2-2-2. Is that the right number of twos? 4-2-2-2. Yeah, right number of twos. As that seems to get us. Defensively, we're not too bad, but offensively, we were struggling a little bit. But actually, having a little bit more support with having two up front and Yumbi just playing off the shoulder of Coulson seems to be getting more space for Coulson, and therefore we can get the ball to it more to put it in the back of the heads. But yeah, that's where we're at. Looking like we're going into the first game. I still haven't had any news about Darren Stevenson. Here it comes. He's not ready. Shock. Thankfully, Tai Banks is ready. Otherwise, we would have been in a bit of a dangerous situation. We did hold on to Yao for probably a week more than we originally were planning on it, just simply because we needed that winger support because we had two wingers out injured. He has now gone, and thankfully Tai Banks has come good just at the right time. But we will see how he does. Ben Atkinson's lacking some match fitness. That is fine. Let's get straight into it. So yes, welcome back for anyone watching on the stream or watching on YouTube. This is episode 6 of the Farsley Celtic Save. All episodes from I think 3 onwards are currently uploaded on YouTube, as well as have been streamed. Admittedly, they are uncut, so this is just fresh as anything. So if you do miss a stream or do miss a YouTube video, they will be the following day. You wouldn't have missed anything. You can go back, watch the YouTube videos, and catch back up if you really want to. Not that I expect many people to be watching these at the moment, but for potentially future James enjoying this, I am, hope you're doing well. And yeah, so all videos will hopefully be posted on YouTube from now on. Admittedly, the quality of my stream is not fantastic, and the quality of that defense was not fantastic either. But we will play onwards. I'm going to encourage the lads straight off. I don't think I might have done that straight away. I did do that straight away. That was completely unintentional. Well, not, it was intentional, obviously, but I did not actually think whilst I was doing that. So that's funny. Okay, anyway, back into the game. We look a little bit open in the middle at the moment, which isn't overly unsurprising because we only have the 2 centre mids and everyone else trying to kind of make up for them in other positions. It may leave us a little bit more open in the midfield, but hopefully the Atkinsons can get back and our defence will be strong enough to hold players off. Owusu Guima on the right hand side crosses the ball in. Can Little get his little head on it? He does, but it goes straight into Laban's hands. Our 6'4" keeper on loan from Everton is doing a good job there. Now then, playing against 18th Darlington, who I thought was 17th at the start of this game, but I'm not sure. Either way, they are currently outperforming us, which is not great news. We definitely need to maintain our winning form that we have had. But at the moment, we don't have, I was going to say we haven't had a highlight to our name, but Ben Atkinson put the cross in towards the front post and Lees gets his head on it. Can Coulson get there? He does not. He runs back. There is space down the middle. There's space down the line. Let's see who he picks out. He may pick out no one. He finds Alan, the centre back in the middle, who plays it out to Smith, the left back on the left-hand side, who finds some space around the outside. Can he put a ball in? Ebanks at the back post, back from injury, but sadly cannot find the back of the net. Back post, back from injury, back of the net, wasn't able to do the triple. That would have been good. Smith, with a throw-in on the left-hand side, plays it to Beckett, our left winger at the moment, who I'd rather be playing centre mid, but we don't have enough support on the wings. Atkinson's meet up there, and a horrendous pass there from Chris Atkinson. I can't tell if that was meant for Ty Ebanks or meant for Carroll. Either way, it didn't find either of them. Thankfully, Masambo collects at the defensive position and passes it over to the left-hand side of Smith, who manages to just hoof it upfield, see if Coulson can get underneath that. He takes it brilliantly on his knee. Can he find the bottom left? He can! Michael Coulson, 15th goal of the season, I think 12th goal in the league. A fantastic touch and finish to the bottom left from a player that we were originally thinking about selling or at least replacing, but we did not due to financial difficulties, and he is showing us why that's not that big of a problem. A missed header from their centre-back, but taken beautifully down on his right knee to then tuck it into the bottom left and put us 1-0 up. Now, what that will do is put us into second place. It does it indeed. Spennymoor are playing and winning, but Scarborough Athletic are not, so we have moved back above them for the time being. Let's see if we can get another goal in and maintain that winning form that we did have. 21 minutes gone, almost coming towards 22 minutes. They're playing around with it at the back. Let's see if we can intercept anything. Ebanks pressures Barrow, and as a result, he plays a poor ball into the centre of Sambo's feet. Sambo plays Carroll, I think that was, who plays a long ball over, but sadly found absolutely no one. Can the left back Smith or even Masambo once again put a foot in to try and intercept? And Smith does. He is running. He's got some open space and support on the left-hand side. He plays a through ball over to Coulson. Coulson takes it onto his right knee and turns inside, puts a cross in. That might have even been a shot. And a save from Kelly to tuck it behind for a corner for Farsley Celtic. We have Ben Atkinson on the corner with his 12 passing. Can he pick someone out? Usually Masambo is a good target here. It comes towards him, but once again, don't find it over the first player. Coulson collects, plays it to Ben Atkinson, who is open on that left-hand side of the box, puts it in, and sadly, no one is there to put a foot in straight to the defence, and it is clear. I'm tempted to change our corner tactic because we've had two in a row that have gone to that front post, but thankfully this third one makes it over, so maybe I delay first. Ben Atkinson once again gets another opportunity over the back post. Ebanks is there on his own and back from injury. 4th goal of the season for Ty Ebanks. It might be Ebanks, but I prefer Ebanks. I think it's a lot more of an interesting way to say his name. Great goal, great header, great pick out from Ben Atkinson. We won't change that corner tactic as it seems, even though we may not be getting the first ball in, we're collecting the second, playing it over, which I do appreciate. 2-0 to Farsley Celtic, back into second place, which isn't quite enough for us to actually get promoted directly, but it does give us a playoff place. Masambo on the edge of the box, long ball out to Ebanks, who tucks it into the bottom right corner. What a strike from Ebanks, bottom right hand side. Masambo collected it, passed it across, and then with pace, Ebanks first time kept it low, kept it straight into the bottom right corner. A lovely, lovely, well worked goal. Again, we're getting those second balls, and that's a fantastic pick out from Masambo, and a great finish from Ebanks. That quite easily could have gone anywhere else, but 3-0. Coming into half-time. I say that we're only 32 minutes in. This is even better than I expected. Love it when we are so comfortably ahead. Let's see if Alfreton can do anything to hopefully try and get a point off Spennymoor to push us into first place. We will see. How are we looking? Once again, another corner. Let's see if we can get something else from this. Ben Atkinson finds over, and once again it's clear, but once again Allen collects it, passes it back to Ben Atkinson. Let's see if we can make it 3 from corners into Beckett, who rounds one player and runs to the outside of the box. He turns back towards his own net, puts a long ball over to Ebanks, doesn't quite get his head on it this time, and sadly that is cleared to Main. Let's see if we can get the ball back, because hopefully that, well, I presume that wasn't a highlight, and it's looking like it might be a highlight here for Darlington. Awusu Guillermo is on that right-hand side again, forward to Hatfield, who I don't think was offside. Liddell gets his head on, he puts it over the bar, puts it over the bar. I'm much more of a fan of Audi anyway, but Liddell has performed poorly there. He should have put that in the back of the net. We got lucky, let off there. Came from that corner. Okay, Hatfield, free kick over. No one was marking Krasinski, I think that was. No one seemed to be following him, which is a bit of a scare. But we have come away with the ball once again, and we have a long ball in from Ebanks. Can Becky get his hand near? He doesn't, but Smith, the left back, has collected. Surely puts a shot, and it's a first goal for George Smith, not only of the season, but I think in his career for us. I will double check that, but a fantastic finish. It's 4-0 up before half time. I cannot be any happier with how this has gone and starting this game. Quick double check on Georgie Boy. Yeah, that is the first goal for us. Heck, I didn't realise he was 27. Look at that, he's played for loads of teams. 2012? When was he born? He's 27, 1996. So in 2012, he was 16 and he played 37 games for Barnsley, admittedly in 4 years. But even so. Anyway, we've got him now. He's played 14 games and he's finally got his first goal for Farsley Celtic. Welcome, George Smith, who's definitely been one of our star players so far this season. 4-0, half-time, straight into that dressing room. They deserve it. Outstretched arms. What a 45 minutes that was. Blown them away. Get back out there. Let's try and make it 8. I'll be happy with a 4-0. If we can maintain that clean sheet, that would be great. But now I've said that, almost definitely going to concede from this corner. Hatfield puts it towards Nelson on the edge of the box. Thankfully, someone comes out to him. Not quite quick enough. I talked it up. Colson didn't quite get there quick enough, and that is that 4-1. Loss of that clean sheet, which sadly is going to put Laban down, probably away from those 7s. But nonetheless, we are still content and happy on 4-1. I think we just had 3 shots in the space of about a minute there, because I swear our shot count went from 13 to 16, which is ridiculous. Anyway, another highlight. Colson is looking like the man that's going to do some form of interception here. He has been highlighted, so we will see if he does get anywhere near the ball. However, I think we've got Chris Atkinson there also chasing someone down. At the moment, we just can't seem to get the ball off their defence, but they put a long one over. Is Alan there underneath it? He's not. Their striker has found Main, who found Owusu Guima once again on that right-hand side. A missed tackle. Liddell's underneath it, but Laban gets his hands to it. At the moment, I don't like the amount of heading opportunities that Liddell is getting, but he is not doing an awful lot with them. So maybe we don't make any changes. I feel like that might be dangerous, but equally, if he keeps putting them into the hands of Laban, who cares? Let's not change that situation for it to then potentially become one where they could exploit a different tactic. So, Beckett, I'm going to move you into into midfield, and I'm going to play you. I want to play you as a playmaker. I'll just play you as an attacking centre mid. Why not? Play like that. Atkinson, I'll make you a ball-winning player, and I'm going to play Yumby out on this wing again. The reason I'm doing this is that Beckett's not really getting enough the ball, I don't think. And I think distributing it to him would be a good idea. There you go, confirmation of that. In the meantime, they've got a corner kick. Will corners continue to be as dangerous as they have been in this game so far? We've, of course, scored, I think, 3 goals from corners, and they've scored 1. It seems to be an issue at the moment, but that highlight came and gone. Misambo is a yellow card away from suspension, and as it comes up, he gets a yellow card. So I'm going to keep him on the pitch because there's no point replacing him now. 68 minutes in. Have we got anyone that can come off or come on? I think Leverett, give him some minutes, put some minutes into his feet. Take Ben Atkinson off as he has done well. Do we put Sheridan on? Maybe we do. We'll put Sheridan on for Carroll just to get him some minutes as well. And then I think, is Evans also one of the younger kids? Yeah, he's 25. Purely, he's joining TNS. That's why I don't really want to play him. As a result, really want to take Beckett off as well. Let's just stop there and just see how it goes. Welcome into the stream for anyone that has just joined. We are playing for Farsley Celtic from the 6th Division, the National League North, all the way up to the Premier League. This is currently Season 1, and we are 2 points off the top at the moment. and 4-1 up against Darlington. We were projected to come, I think, 21st, so currently working some magic to maintain this second place position that we've got. Sheridan on the outside. Has he got any support? Colson's making a run through the middle, but I don't think it's a good option. A long ball over to Colson. I may eat my words. A great strike, but sadly Kelly was stood in that left-hand side of his goal, and that is where Colson struck it. If he tucked it towards the back of the front post, he may have done even better there. Nonetheless, we've got a corner out of it. Smith on the corner, played over. Once again, they header it back, but we collect the ball, which has been the way that we've scored from all three of our opportunities so far. Leverett into Smith, hasn't quite got there, and sadly, it's been cleared. Sheridan was there to collect, but the highlight stopped there. Smith, once again, another corner. Once again, they'll probably header it out. I'm just being beaten by my own players here. Rudy Masambo, a great header at the front post. It seems everything I'm saying, the opposite is happening at the moment. 5-1. A great goal from Masambo once again, and I will once again praise the lads. I think actually the best thing to potentially do here is take off one of the wingers, because we can't, well, I already have taken off one, so maybe we take off Colson. Maybe we give, do I take, who's tired? Smith is tired as left back. Tom Allen. Screw it. Oh, Chris could play there. Yeah, screw it. We'll give Asensio some minutes because we know that he's not going to be he's going to be starting the next game because Masambo's got that yellow card. So we'll get Asensio on the pitch. Good interception there, and well, good tackle there, and nothing comes from it. Hopefully the last 15 minutes will give enough information for me to see whether or not Asensio is the right decision in that defensive position, although we may not have much choice because I don't think we've got any other centre-backs apart from, I guess, Chris Atkinson, one of the Atkinson brothers, but he sadly is too important in that centre of the pitch. Allen, centre-back, for some reason, taking our throw-ins. Chris Atkinson, the man I was just talking about being important in the centre of the pitch, plays it to Asensio, the new substitute. Leverett collects, plays it to Masambo. Masambo turns back inside and plays it through to Atkinson. Atkinson plays a through ball to Leverett, who doesn't quite get on the end of that. A poor pass from Atkinson. Once again, talks something out and it's gone the opposite direction. Hatfield has got the ball running up the pitch, but we've thankfully gotten back. Plays it in to Krasniki, who has a shot from a long distance, and thankfully Laban was prepared for that and let it go over the top. 5-1. Great effort from the team here. 87 minutes gone. This will definitely help our goal difference. However, it's not over yet. Ball back to Owusu Gima. Curry on the right hand side, crosses it over. Liddell, I've been talking about Liddell's had so many heading opportunities and wasted all of them, and once again it's a waste from Liddell. Heck, let off once more, but for the time being we are comfortable. 3 minutes to go. I'm going to praise the lads just because I think they deserve it. Southport have got their win, which is a bit of a shame. It would have been nice if Russell could have maintained that point there, but we maintain our 5-1 win. Great result from the lads. Great performance all round. I think it's going to be George Smith with the man of the match performance. Unfortunately, Masambo has got that yellow card, which does suspend him for a match. However, if we were ever going to get a suspension, I don't mind it coming when we have that replacement. And we have the one game against, I believe it's Boston, who are 14th. Could be worse. FA Cup, I would like to go back to that because I can't remember who we were going to play. I think it was Halifax we played in the FA Cup. It'll be interesting to see what happened there. I'm going to just search for Halifax. Sadly, they were in the league above us. And we did lose to them, but I thought we had a chance. There we go. Let's look at their schedule. How did they do? They lost to Bradford City. We would have had Bradford City, and it was first round proper as well. Bradford City would have been a great payday for us. Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Okay, well, next season, hopefully we'll make the first round proper. But it's a shame, but we move on. Definitely praising Smith's performance. Fantastic couple of assists and goal from him. Deserved man of the match performance from Georgie Smith. Tactics, Masambo, you're going to have to come off. Senso, you are in. However, I think Darren Stevenson might just be fit enough, hopefully by then, to even just give him a minute or two. Going to rest all of those lads that need it. Give them 2 days and see where we're at. I think Ben Atkinson played well enough that he deserved to stay on the pitch as much as I would like to potentially replace him. But once we get Darren Stevenson back, it will probably be Beckett moving into midfield and we'll be taking Ben Atkinson off anyway. So at some point he is going to be avoiding that, well, being moved out of that team. Rudy Masambo, accepting is fine. Thank God for that. Okay, Masambo, again, accepting is fine. Let's move swiftly on to Boston United before Masambo is then back for that Buxton game, which I think will be important. They, of course, were top of the league for a decent amount of time before they had 7 games on the trot, having won, but thankfully that run came to an end and they've actually started faltering recently. The fact that they're down now in 5th is rather ridiculous because they were miles, I think they were 8 points ahead of us at some point. And now they are 4 points below us. Might be a good time to actually play them. Okay, move on to Boston. Here we go. So, selection advice, I almost always ignore unless you don't know what you're talking about. And there's no Ben Wayne Watson on the wing. Sheridan is not playing centre-back, but this is a mess. No wonder you are my assistant manager and not a manager of an actual team yourself. Let's keep moving. Sutton lost to Portsmouth in the FA Cup. Good result for Portsmouth. Okay, onto the game. If we win this one, once again, that will further cement our position in second place. I think if we can maintain that to the end of the season, I'll be very happy. Who's made it into the team of the season? Team of the week. Smith, Masambo and Coulson all made it, deservedly so. Tom Morgan, who was is still technically our goalkeeper, has made improvements on a coaching license. Stevenson still out for a day. Branson Pickle out for 2 to 4 months. Branson Pickle is not coming back anytime soon. He was named so because he was the first goal scorer in our save and because his last name was Branson. I couldn't resist calling him Branson Pickle. However, he is now injured despite being statistically one of our best players. He has sadly had to be, put in reserves because of his long-term injury. Nonetheless, avoiding injuries, straight into the Boston game. Darren Stevenson could maybe get a 5-minute run out. No one else on the pitch, on the bench could come on. We could bring in a goalkeeper, but let's be honest, that's pointless. Playing the exact same team, Asenso is a little bit not tired, a little bit not sharp enough. I think playing him as a stopping defender just to make him a little bit more comfortable may not be. Wait, that was Alan. Asenso. Yeah, screw it. But make him a little bit more comfortable. Asenso, Ben Atkinson are struggling with match sharpness, but who cares? We have been performing well enough anyway at the moment that hopefully it won't be an issue. Here we go. Have they got any players that I recognise? Not from that very, very quick look I got there. Boston, of course, previously a Football League team, no longer the case. Look at that recent form. Win, 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 win. Let's hope to continue that straight into the new game, straight into the encouragement, and hopefully a ball straight in the back of the net. Who have Spennymoor got today? We will look after this throw in from Mills. Has he got a long throw? He does, but Laban comes out and claims that. More than happy for him to do that for the rest of the match. Can he pick someone out? It might be Masambo just down. Oh no, Masambo's not playing. That might be a Senso down the bottom here. Allen instead collects it, plays it out to Beckett. Again, our centre mid playing on the wing because we haven't got any other option. Runs up the left-hand side, plays it into Smith. Can Smith find Coulson? He's semi-open. He doesn't. He looks for Yumby. Yumby doesn't get on the end of it, and E-Banks instead collects on the outside of the box and runs further away. But he's played Carroll in, who puts a early cross into Chris Atkinson. He gets his head on it, but it is a crossbar. Feel like he could have done better there, but sadly not. It looks like, sadly, we are losing some frames, which is not great. We'll see if I can do something about that. We're losing a lot of frames. Hopefully that will have improved it a little bit. I'm not certain, but we'll see. Doesn't quite look like it, sadly. I think we might be having an issue with frames today. At the moment, there's not much to talk about, to be perfectly honest. Yeah, there doesn't seem to be an awful lot that is going on with regards to highlights, at least. I'll keep working to try and improve these frames here. I think it might be slightly better. Admittedly, the quality that I'm playing at is quite low, but we'll carry on as it is. Anyway, Spennymoor. Who is Spennymoor playing? They are 3-0 up against Curzon Ashton already. Okay, well, they've won that match. Scarborough are currently drawing. That would be a good result for us. Southport also drawing. Good result for us. Puxton losing. Good result for us. Scunthorpe drawing. Again, if all the matches finish as it is now, we will lose pace on the top team. But if we can sneak a goal, we might be able to make a little bit of daylight, which would be amazing. Nothing to talk about there. Very few highlights. And we will move on. Might make this, again, I keep saying I'm going to make it a shorter stream and then stream for well over an hour. I might have to stream less time today purely because of the stream quality, but we'll see. No pressure on the defence. I don't want anyone feeling like there's a lot of pressure on them. I'm happy with their effort, but they're not really... Yeah, no, I shouldn't have said that. I think midfield can improve. There you go. Screw it. Start the second half. May have made a couple of mistakes there, but I'm going to encourage the lads from the off, and hopefully that will bring them back round. Banbury beating Scunthorpe. Fantastic for us. Brackley, who I believe were bottom of the league. Yeah, I don't think they've won a game yet this season. Are 2-0 up against Hereford. That is a fantastic result for them. Here we go. Yumby, can he get his head on it? He cannot. There is no one in the centre of the pitch there to try and collect that. Sefton on that left-hand side for them. Can we tackle him? Come on, George. You were one of our best players. I'm talking to Carroll anyway, so I don't know why I thought it was George Smith. 54 minutes gone, 55 minutes gone, and still nothing to talk about. What is going on? I don't really want to berate the lads, but I feel like if we score now, that berate's not going to go down well. But I'll still take it. Coulson collects on the edge of the box. Long cross over, but it's put straight into the hands of Chapman. Chapman with a great collect, admittedly. Anyway, the continuation of this highlight scares me a little bit, but Carroll collects it. Can he play it out to Smith? It's not. It's E-Banks. I'm getting these all mixed up at the moment. E-Banks turns inside. Through ball to Yumby, but he's not even remotely close to that. Knowles out to Ward, through to Sotona, who finds the... I thought I was going to say finds the back of the net. Okay, let's go a little bit more positive. We need some attacking momentum. Coulson's not doing much. Yumby's not doing much. Beckett's doing well. Ebanks has been poor. What can we do here? Bostwick out to Mills. I need to change something, but I'm just a bit stuck for ideas unless we can intercept something here and go for a bit of a break. Woods to Bostwick. Bostwick tries to look for an out, which he does, back to Mills. At the moment, they're passing it between the three of them in the centre here. Long ball over. And unfortunately, we didn't get on the end of that, but I think Satona was offside. He was indeed. Okay, we're going more positive. We are going to underlap a little bit more, higher, slightly more direct, and do what you want, lads. Counter press and counter, distribute quickly. Let's do that for now. And then substitutions probably need to be made. Yumby, you've done nothing. Stevenson can come on for a few minutes. Let's get someone else out there that might be able to do something. Ben Atkinson at least is focused, but Ebanks has done nothing. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Ben Atkinson can play out there. He can indeed. There we go. Okay, we'll do that and see what comes from that. Asenso's got it in defence, plays it out to Ebanks. Wouldn't be surprised if this came from a corner again. I didn't quite see. Ebanks with a long cross ball over to Smith, who manages to collect it. Long cross over. That's getting to absolutely nowhere, out for a corner. And unfortunately, Scarborough have just scored themselves to go ahead. Can we get something from this corner that will hopefully turn things around? We cannot. Substitutions made. Might have been made, and that was the corner. And there it goes. Okay, well, 66 minutes. Some new lads on. I would like to throw some encouragement their way. And yeah, let's take Atkinson off. He's just shattered, isn't he? Evans has come on, even though he's going to the North Saints in Wales. I think he was probably... Oh, surely have scored to make it 1-1. That's a good result for us. I think I was going to say we've got to go attacking. We'll see what comes from this. The only way that my mind would be changed is if we score. Bostwick in defence. Mills out on that right-hand side. He basically seems to be passing it to one player only at the moment, but that wasn't Yassi. Bostwick back to Mills. They've got a lot of control of the ball. Surely the band's getting on the end of that. Fantastic. Come on, let's make this our highlight. Let's gain something from this. Asenso in defence hasn't had a bad game by any stretch of the imagination, but is not our starting centre-back. Smith hasn't had anywhere near as good of a game as he had last game out, but manages to play a good ball. Coulson, there's so much space in the middle there, and he's not found it. He's still going. Is he going to find an out ball? There is one there now. Ben Atkinson on that right-hand wing. Can he put it in the back of the net? He does! Ben Atkinson puts it into the back of the net. A fantastic strike towards that top right-hand corner. Nervy game that has now settled a little bit more for us. Slow down that tempo, increase that time wasting, standard directness. We are not going to counter press anymore, nor are we going to counter. We're going to slow pace down, out of possession, maintain the mid block, and yeah, invite crosses purely because we've got good tall centre backs that can header. Unfortunately, Scarborough have scored there, and although they are 2-1 up and winning again, we are also winning, so we will jump above them. There we are. I'm guessing Spennymoor are, yeah, they're destroying Curzon Ashton at 4-0. Buxton are still losing. Scarborough are winning. Who else are we playing against? Brackley are winning their first game of the season, I believe. Southport have scored and then concede against Blythe. Chester 2-0 up against Tamworth, and Banbury are beating Scunthorpe. 6 minutes added on. 6. That is not what I wanted to see. Anyway, Laban tells people to get upfield and then plays it straight into the head of their striker. No, don't give this away now, lad. Let's put a foot in. Long shot off the post. Who collects it? Carroll does and puts it out for a throw, and he does. Just heck. We've not got any more substitutions that we can make, but what we can do is move some lads about. Stevenson can play on the wing. Ben Atkinson can play in midfield. I mean, let's face it, everyone can play in bloody midfield on this one. We'll do that. I think put Stevenson out there and no. Accidentally clicking on Atkinson there. Come on, give me back to the game. Put Leverett in the centre of the pitch and we'll play Coulson in the centre there. I think wingback Smith always seems to be good. We'll stop it there. Get this out, lads. We've got 5 minutes to survive. Do not give away a penalty and make sure someone gets their head on that. Well done, Allen and Smith. Out to Leverett, who does just about get there. Ben Atkinson plays a good outball to Carroll. Thank God we had someone there. It feels weird having my right back up that far up the pitch to collect from corners, but seemingly did a good job there. Oh no, Satona, they're attacking with some good might here, but can we get in the way? We do. Ben Atkinson once again collects the ball. Long one over. Is anyone out there? There is no one there. Richards collects, plays it into Ward, who plays it out to Smart. A smart touch from him to the outside. Tries to cross it in, but doesn't quite get the space. Richards back on it, back into Smart. A great move from him. A smart move from him, but not a smart finish. Off the crossbar. This is ridiculous how lucky we've been. Instructions. Oh no, I don't want any more highlights. Kill the game. Le Pen. If we're getting a highlight, can it at least be ours? No, we can't. I've tried to put the middle of the field to be a little bit tighter, but haven't. Martin, long ball over to Gyasi, who's open. He's been pushed a little bit. Smart once again. Laban isn't equal to it. And we've therefore conceded. Aggravating. We just couldn't get that opportunity. Well, we couldn't stop them from getting an opportunity. Back out to this formation. Coulson. Yeah, continue with those changes. Come on, Coulson moves out there and we're going attacking. And we're also going to waste time basically never. Higher tempo, higher balls. Confirm those changes. Get out there, lads. I don't want to play Stevenson as a deep line forward. I want him to be a poacher. See what can come from it. 3 minutes left. We've gone attacking. Smith doesn't get there. Lads, this is poor. Come on. Smith, long ball forward to Evans, who does collect and passes it back to him. Long ball over to Smith. Can Coulson get on the end of it? He doesn't. Lee gets there and puts it out for a throw-in. Hopefully there will still be a highlight that comes from this. This has not been. Oh, no. Come on, let's pause it. Pause the game. 30 seconds. It's too late now. If anything, we deserve to have lost this game, looking at the XG. Pay him as an advanced forward. Screw it, pay him both as advanced forwards and Leverett. Ball-winning midfielder. Maybe box to box to just cover off any runs that could happen. We are going straight over the top. We are going counter press, counter, distribute quickly. And we're going to try and distribute over the top of the opposition's defence. And out of possession, we are going high press and high line. Step up a lot and get stuck in at this point. Let's fucking go for it. 30 seconds, not that it's going to make much difference. Sticking on attacking instead of ultra attacking. And let's click the play button. Can we claim anything from this? We cannot. Shame. We didn't deserve it anyway, but I'm not happy with the performance. That's a big drop of points there. Oh, that puts us in third. It puts us 4 points behind Spennymoor, who of course destroyed Curzon Ashton. Brackley won their first game. Congratulations to Brackley. Might even be their second game. Because I thought they were on 4 points. Let's have a look. It is their second game. Heck. Can we see a revival from Brackley? Who knows? Anyway, moving on. Don't really want to give the lads any rest, to be honest. I almost want to keep them, make them realise what they've done. Okay, just seen our next 2 games. One's against Buxton, and then one is against Southport, who are in 5th and 4th, respectively. Anyway, let's change these tactics. Let's get Asensio off again, and on comes Miss Sambo. Let's get Evans off the pitch because the turncoat is leaving us. Coulson's leaving everything as it is there. Chris Atkinson hasn't been quite as good of late, and yes, he's got good mentals, but actually he's not at that great anymore. It's 140 appearances for us, so heck. Stevenson still recovering. I think that's all we're going to do. 3 games time. Let's just get the lads going. Here we are, on to the game. 3rd place play 5th, and then following that will be 3rd versus 4th. Thank you to the new follower. It doesn't come up on my stream. I need to change that to make sure it does. But whoever it was that just followed, thank you very much. Welcome to the stream. Darren Stevenson is back in full training, which is good news. We gave him about a half an hour run out at the end of the last game because we needed a goal and sadly didn't quite get it. Yao still being called up. Luke Laban still being called up. Let's see if that impacts us. It doesn't for the Southport game. Thank the Lord. Okay. So, on to this game against Buxton. We will hopefully be able to. I apologise, Ricky Man. I didn't see the message. Ricky Man United. Hello, welcome to the stream. How are you doing? How are you feeling about Man U's chances this year? I'm guessing you're a Man United fan. On to the Buxton game. Tom Morgan's performing poorly in training, but he is the backup keeper for the backup keeper for the backup keeper, so I don't really care. You're doing good. That's good to hear. On to the day of Buxton. They were originally top of the league after winning 7 of the first 8 games. I think about 8th or 10th for us. Okay, that's a reasonable target, definitely. I think the new signings that you've made, I mean, what we brought in Sheshko, I hope for... I mean, it's one of those situations where the 3 new signings, your strike force, hopefully someone will hit the ground running. I expect good things from Mbeumo. Hopefully Cunha maintains his head, because I know it can be a little bit of a hothead at times, but it'll be interesting to see where you sit at the end of the season. Probably do good with Sesko. Yeah, I mean, Sesko was a wonder kid in Football Manager 21, I think, something like that, and potentially even 23 as well. And I'm not surprised that he has finally found, well, I say finally found himself to a big club. He was obviously at a decent club before yourselves. It's just, can he hit the ground running and bag some goals in the Premier League? Because it is a different beast to, I think was he in Italy before? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know he was originally at Leipzig. Feel like he was at Juve, but I might have made that up. Anyway, on to the game. We're not doing anything with the formation. Stevenson is fit for 75 minutes. That's interesting. I'm probably going to bring him on at half-time for the worst performing player and see how it goes. We might make this game. Oh, you're doing well. Save right now. I've just been promoted and now struggling in the National League. Currently 7th, but losing games that you should win. It always gets to that point where, for some reason, everything you were doing before is just stopped working. I usually try and change formation and throw a few different plans into the mix before. Admittedly, it takes then a couple of weeks for the team to get used to it, but it will hopefully mean that the teams that you're playing against won't be expecting what you're doing. It might be worth trying that. Who are you playing with, though, out of interest? Oh, Welling save. I did miss that. That I admittedly don't know much about Welling. Is that? I'm guessing that's South. I don't think they're in our league. Yeah, I'm guessing that's National League South. But even so, currently 7th is not a bad position to be in. Definitely after just being promoted. I mean, I would definitely take that going into season 2 if we miraculously get promoted this year. Admittedly, at the start of this season, we were predicted 21st, so I would have taken 7th at the start of this year. But we are miraculously in, was it 3rd or 4th? Last season had 106 points. Jesus. I mean, I definitely don't think we are on for that. I think if we get anywhere in the 70s, I'll be more than happy. But we will see. Long cross in. Hurst is Max Hunt straight onto that. And we are 1-0 down to Buxton before the game has barely even started. Let's see if we can come back from that. As I'm not going to praise the lads after that. I encourage the lads to try and get back into this. Sadly, our last game was the first draw that we've had in, I think, 6. We had 5 wins on the trot. And yeah, we drew against 14th place Boston United. Another corner from then. Atkinson runs out to try and meet it, but the corner taker gets at the end of that. Di Girolamo, great name, Di Girolamo. Puts it wide, and thankfully we are surviving. Live another day. Ben Atkinson's already got a yellow card. That is not great. 10 minutes in, we do not have much possession. Our passing completion's a little bit worse for wear, and we've not even had a shot. Nonetheless, we look forward. Spennymoor are at least drawing, so that gives them, if we can win, at least puts us back in touching distance with them. Scarborough also drawing, so a win here would be a great result. Your best player keeps getting injured. Yeah, we had that. We had our best player, who is not even on the bench at the moment because he's he's on the bench, not on the pitch. Darren Stevenson, because he was getting injured. I think we had statistically our best player tore his MCL, I think. And then, Stevenson, I think he pulled his calf, but he was out for a good 4 or 5 weeks as well. But he is just now coming back, so he's probably going to be making an appearance in the second half. Still, no major highlights, I say, as Smith picks up the ball on the left-hand side. Back to Beckett. Smith, long cross in, and it's well over Yumbi's head. Keeper parries it out, and we collect it on the halfway line with Misambo. Misambo to Carroll. Carroll, can the right back do much with it? He can't do anything other than play it back to Misambo. He plays a long ball over to Yumbi. Yumbi is through on goal. Can he put it in the back of the net? He does, over the top of Young, and that is back in the game. He was onside, but I know that Coulson was offside. I did not think Yumbi was. I don't know why I just clicked on Yumbi there. I want to see that highlight. I don't think Yumbi was offside there. I think that is harsh. I want to look at that again, because I think that Coulson was off, but he didn't impact play whatsoever. Keep an eye on Yumbi just here. Can't see much at the moment. There he is. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's off. He's probably off. Okay, eat my words there. He was almost definitely offside. Damn, that would have been good to get back into that. And yes, you can recommend a signing, but we have no money. We were able to make 2 signings this year. One guy that basically wanted no money whatsoever, and then one centre mid that I'm currently playing as a winger because we don't have enough wingers. But go for it. Recommend a signing by all means. Again, I'm going to encourage the lads. It would have been nice to come away from halftime with that goal. But alas, 47 minutes, 2 minutes added on, have gone. We're not looking great. We're not creative enough. That's definitely the case. I want to get Darren Stevenson on. Jamie Andrews. Whereabouts was he playing? I will definitely look him up at the end of this game. I see Yumbi's got a decent amount of health on him. Okay. Beckett is going to go play centre mid, attacking centre mid. And Atkinson's going to come off for Yumbi. Yumbi's going to come off for Darren Stevenson, who's going to play as a poacher. And let's see where that takes us. West Brom, I'm guessing that's supposed to be. Yeah, so I will definitely check him out if he's available. Or West Brom, yeah, there you go. Another highlight here. Coulson gets underneath it and heads it straight out to Kirby, who plays it into Granite, and despite a good shot from him, thankfully, we've got our own stone in our goal. Granite can't get past the stone wall. That is Laban. Coulson can't get underneath that either. This is a poor display, lads. This is 2 games in a row that we've not been amazing. Can we get back? We can. Smith gets it, plays it to Yumby. Yumby hopefully will find someone from it. He does. He finds Smith. Coulson is offside. He comes back. Atkinson on the ball, plays it back out, surely to Smith. He does indeed. Coulson was offside again. Oh, lads. Come on. We're better than this, but it's good display. It's what the kind of stuff that we need to be seeing. But Coulson, I'll give you your own highlight and actually berate you for your lack of, I mean, he's happy. his lack of output at the moment, like, seems to have been 2 games in a row now. He's just done absolutely nothing. Motley Henry misses that header, as does Smith, our left back. Plays it into Minihan, who plays it through to Kirby and back to Motley Henry, but Smith gets his foot in. Coulson, run. Their keeper Young comes out for that. That could be something we could exploit if we can get a foot on the ball. We cannot. Plays it in to Hunt on the left-hand side. Your keeper, yeah, I mean, keepers, I always feel like in the lower leagues, keepers aren't quite as important as some of the outfield players, but sometimes if it's such a big difference, if he's lost half a star already, yeah, if it's one of those things that if there's such a big difference in your keeper compared to the other keepers, statistically, it may be worth looking elsewhere. Speaking of poor goalkeeping, Laban has done nothing with that. We're going to have to change some stuff up. Because this is not working. Coulson, I might play you as a shadow striker because I want to get you on the ball and you don't seem to be there at the moment. Stevenson, putting you in the centre and playing you as I want to go you as an advanced forward. Yumby, you're going to play inverted and Ebanks is staying there. Beckett is attacking. Chris Atkinson, I'm going to take you off because you've done nout. On for Leverett, and we're going to go positive because we need a goal. Yeah, struggling with finance to get new player wages. I'm in the exact same boat. I have constantly asking my board for more money and they won't give me anything. We started the season, I think, with about £300 spare in weekly wage, which we basically put towards 2 players, and then that was it. Coulson collects that. Thankfully, the striker's finally got his foot on the ball, plays it out to Carroll, who is our right back, who for some reason playing left wing, and that is a horrendous tackle there. Surely that's a red card. She's gone straight through the back of him from McCourt, and that is indeed a red card, deservedly so. We are now coming into the 60th minute almost. Smith thankfully seems to come out that okay, across to the front post that's not found anyone, but as per usual, we collect the second ball. Surely Coulson turns. He does. Allen, who's going to have to play it out to Smith. He does not. He turns inwards instead. Dangerous position to be running sideways. Leverett out to Carroll. Carroll to Ebanks, who we've not seen much from today. Coulson is thankfully onside this time, and he puts it into the bottom right-hand corner. 16 goals this season for Michael Coulson. 2-1. We are back in this, baby. Coulson playing that shadow striker position may have just unlocked. I may have just unlocked him. Going to ask for new revenue. Yeah, I wish our owners would allow that. I basically ask during every stream, and every single time they say no. Yumby, long crossover. Ebanks can get his head on it. He cannot. If he was 6'2", he would be fantastic because he gets in great positions. Carroll, the right back, off the bar. Yumby collects it somehow, plays it into Smith. Smith, the left back, takes a shot and puts it well wide. Well wide, but this is better. This is an improved position. We are looking stronger. Stevenson can't quite get on the ball, nor can Yumby, but I think Coulson seems to be getting a little bit more comfortable in his position now. Back to 2-1. We need 2 goals. I'm going to go attacking because we might as well lose 3-1. Yeah, they declined. Yeah, welcome to my world. Gone 6 games without a win. Ouch. That is not fun. Thankfully, our form has been a little bit better than that. But yeah, 6 without a win is difficult. I'd definitely suggest changing your formation and your play style to something completely new. Drop the system, take a couple of losses, and then hopefully build from there. Nothing, absolutely nothing going on at the moment. I think I'm going to take Beckett off. He just doesn't seem to be doing much. On comes Watson. See if he can do something else in the midfield. Anyway, in the meantime, 82 minutes gone. Yumbi finally gets the ball to his feet. Leverett, can he do something with it? Back out to Yumbi. We've got so many men over in the centre of the pitch, but instead Yumbi decides to run it on his own. Can he find the net? He can't. Straight into the hands of Young. 84 minutes to go. 86 minutes to go. Can't seem to do anything. Come on, lads. Okay, we have potentially one more chance. Missambo into Allen. Allen, sure, he's going to play it further wide once more. He runs forward to Watson, to Smith, who plays it forward to Yumbi. Yumbi, there's a lot of room in the centre again. We've got 3 men over. Let's make sure we're not offside here, lads. Yumbi, cross over to Stevenson. Finally. Oh! How has he missed? How has he missed? I thought it was basically an open goal. I thought that was going to the back of the net. What has happened there? Thankfully, 7 minutes added on. Oh, no. Stevenson finally got a half of football, and I thought that was going to be an opportunity. Disastrous. Allen into Yumbi. Yumbi to Smith. Smith, is he going to do something with it? He's been performing slightly better today. Into Watson. Watson, the substitute's got a little bit more energy, but he does nothing with it. Turns back to Smith. Smith, well over the head of Coulson, and a poor attempt, but thankfully Allen recollects in the centre of the pitch. Plays it to Smith, who plays a long ball over to Stevenson. He's not getting on the end of that. What is Smith doing? I might have to try and slow the long balls over a little bit because we just don't seem to be getting anywhere. Thankfully, we collect it to Allen. Allen to Watson. Watson turns a long ball over again. What are we doing? All of these long balls are completely pathetic attempts. No one underneath them. Carroll, long crossover, and Yumbi gets towards the end of it. Those long crosses are pointless. Let's go slightly more direct instead of quite as direct as that. And then let's play low crosses, because I think at the moment those high crosses aren't doing much for us. 72 minutes, 73 minutes, 74 minutes, 75 minutes. Come on. Gonna pause it. Smith going up. Carroll, you're going up. Yumbi, you're going up front. Coulson, you're going up front. Watson can play on the wing, can't he? Somewhat. Ebanks, you can't even play out there. Heck, screw it. Let's just screw things up. Might as well try something new because we don't seem to be scoring anyway. First loss in so long. Damn. 2-1. That's a tough one to take. We should have won that match. 10 men for the 60th minute as well. How have we not exploited that? I should have played shorter passings, trying to exploit the lack of numbers that they had. Damn. Okay. That puts us 6 points off Scarborough, who did win in the end. Oh, how did everyone else around us do? Brackley lost, bless them. Spennymoor lost, that's good at least. Consford got a great score from them. Southport drew. Okay. Obviously, Buxton won. Damn, if we'd won that, we'd be a point off top. Damn. Okay. Saving game, and sadly, I think that's going to be the end of the stream, because when we come back next, we will have our match against 5th place. We are 18 games into the 46 game season. A long way to go. What, another 28 games to go. So we're not quite halfway through, but we're getting there. We are going to rest the lads before we call it a day. But sadly, that is going to be the end of episode 6. I've just accidentally shrunken that tab a little bit. I've just advanced again without resting the lads. Rest them, let them go to sleep. Here we go. Carroll all the way down to Coulson. Have a rest, lads. 2 days off. Screw it. Oh, that's a shame. Shame to end the stream. But But yeah, that's that. Thank you to everyone that came along. Thank you to the new follower, whoever that was. I'm sorry I didn't see who it was. I'll try and give you a shout out in the next save. But before I go, I remember it was you, Ricky. Thank you. Welcome to the stream, and thanks for being the new follower. What was the name of the player that you suggested? It was someone, Anthony, I believe. Jamie Andrews. Don't know where I got Anthony from. Jamie Andrews. Let's see what he is looking like and see if we can get him in on loan. I believe on loan from West Brom, currently at Grimsby. So sadly, we can't get him for this season unless we give him a contract offer, which we have not got the money for, sadly. Let's see how long we can't do a loan because he's on loan. But thank you for the suggestion anyway. In the meantime, yeah, gonna change tactics, definitely worth it. Good luck with that, and I'll tell you what, I'm coming back to that. Thank you to everyone, and yeah, chat to you soon. Come on, Farsley Celtic, and hopefully see you tomorrow. Have a good day. Bye. That first place thing is a bit of a piss take, isn't it? I have to change that to 4th. It's depressing. Have a good day, all.